The title of today's lesson is Your Lucky Star. You might say, well, Reverend Ike, where is my lucky star? What is it? We're going to find that out. We're going to study that together in just a few moments. I have some quotations here that I'm using for reference. The first is from Shakespeare. Somebody said, Reverend Ike, from Shakespeare? Yes. Some of you are going to have to pin your hats on real tight. This may take another 50 years before it gets to you, but this is the way it goes. You know, the truth is not the truth because it's in the Bible. The truth is the truth because it is the truth. Why is the truth the truth? Because it is the truth. If the dog barks the truth, it's the truth. If the hen cackles the truth, it's the truth. Not because the dog barked it or the hen cackled it. Why? Because it is the truth. I find a lot more truth in some of these so-called worldly songs than I do in some so-called gospel songs. Some hymns, I don't allow them to sing around here. Chief among which is that old blues that they call a spiritual about, you can't hurry God. That's an outright lie. If you couldn't hurry God, you wouldn't be reading about Daniel in the lion's den. You'd be reading about Daniel in the lion's belly. So the truth is the truth because it is the truth. So this first statement of truth is from Shakespeare. It is rather loosely quoted here. It more exactly reads, the cause, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. I've loosely transliterated it here for you. So repeat it after me. The cause is not in our stars.
The cause is not in our stars.
But in ourselves.
But in ourselves.
If we are underlings.
If we are underlings.
Wow. So if you're under some circumstances and conditions that you don't like, if you're having bad luck, if you're hexed, crossed, rooted, tooted, booted, scooted, shooted, the cause is not in the stars. It is not because you were born under an evil sign. Because, you know, a lot of people, when I talk about witchcraft, a lot of very sophisticated people will say, but Reverend Ike, I don't believe in superstition. But yet they can't wait every month for that new horoscope to come out. And some of you looking at me right now, every time you see something in a magazine where you can send off and get your star charts, you're sending for it. And some of you have got those horoscope books that tell you which is your good day and which is your bad day. I was sitting in the airport in Puerto Rico a few years ago, ready to board the train to come back. And there was a young man who was on my staff at that time that had some book from some organization, and I don't meddle into people's personal religion too much on a private basis. So I was watching him, and he had some little something where he would refer to the day and the hour and read what was supposed to happen. So as we sat in the airport getting ready to board the plane, he finally said to me, looking up from his little book, he said, you know what this thing says? This thing says, you better watch out over the next 4 hours. That's when I went off. The song says, that's when my spark got hot. In a cool way. I said to him, listen, son, I don't meddle you with your books and whatever your religion is or is not. I said, but over the next 4 hours, you are going to be flying with me. And this gives me the right to talk to you about what you're reading out of that book, because you are going to be flying with me over the next 4 hours. I said, so for the next 4 hours, you shut up that book and don't let me see it. You want to jinx yourself? If you want to jinx yourself, that's your business. But you either put that book away and shut up about it, or you will not get on this plane with me. You see what I'm talking about? The cause is not in our stars, but in ourselves. I love the way the Bible puts it in Proverbs 23:7. Repeat it after me. As a man thinks.
As a man thinks.
So is he.
So is he.
As a mind thinks.
As a mind thinks.
So is he.
So is he.
You see, you get to thinking unsafe thoughts, insecure thoughts. They're going to manifest. You go to get on a plane, bless it. Don't get on there talking no funny talk and thinking funny thoughts. I've got a good one I use. I am safe in the safety that is God. Say it.
I am safe in the safety that is God.
At every point in time and space.
At every point in time and space.
Throughout eternity.
Throughout eternity.
And now from Lord Byron. Repeat after me. I am the master of my fate.
I am the master of my fate.
I am the captain.
I am the captain
of my soul.
of my soul.
The next statement is from that learned authority on everything, Reverend Ike. Repeat it after me. We are not victims of our circumstances.
We are not victims of our circumstances.
We are the creators of our circumstances.
We are the creators of our circumstances.
Consciously or unconsciously.
Consciously or unconsciously.
Oh, and it's very important to understand that whatever happens to you, you create it, if not consciously, unconsciously. That's why we call this science. That's why we call this mind science. Science is from the original Greek word gnoskai, or gnoski, which means to know. And here you come to know what you're doing to yourself with your mind. To put it in the vernacular of the street, here we come to know what you are doing to your behind with your mind. You may be seated. A little more with the vernacular of the street. For everything that happens to your behind, you do it with your mind. Say that if you've got enough religion. Everything that happens to your behind, you do it with your mind. The energy of my belief is the cause that creates the effects in my life. Say that. That's on the line right under that box with Reverend Ike's quotation. The energy of my thoughts and feelings bring forth conditions after their kind in my life. I am not the victim of my circumstances. I am the creator of my circumstances. And you see, in life you must decide. You must be a deciding individual. Some people don't like the responsibility of deciding And you see, this is the first day of the new year. And in the next few minutes, you've got a lot of decisions to make. No decision, no positive action. Say that.
No decision, no positive action.
And don't let circumstances stop you from deciding what you want to be, to do, and to have. You must decide to decide. The title of an outstanding evangelist radio program is Hour of Decision, and it begins, "This is the hour of decision." And for every one of us here today, this is an hour of decision. As a matter of fact, from moment to moment, we are called upon to make decisions. And you have to take the responsibility. Those of you that are over here in the special healing section, are anywhere here and you need healing, you're going to have to make a decision. You know what that decision has got to be? You've got to decide to be well. And I'm going to tell you this, most of the people who are sick have decided either consciously or unconsciously to be sick. And some of you here today, you're playing games with me. You don't want to be healed because you don't want to give up your disability payments. Got it. See, somebody's here today. So if you don't want to give up your disability payments, get out of the healing section. It's a grind to try to help somebody that does not want to be helped. You got to make decisions. I'm not going to tell you who she is, but one of my good members came to speak to me the other day for counseling. She had some relatives in her house sleeping on her couch, and she wanted them out. I said, they're not going until you make a decision, honey. And don't give them 2 weeks. That's too long. Decide. I said, now, you know, I'm not supposed to tell you what to do, so I just tell you what I would do. If it were me, and let you make your own decision if you've got the guts to do that. I said, I would tell them I am changing the lock on my door. So that key you've got, baby, won't fit this lock no more. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in the